really pissed off beyond belief for so many reasons, guys. I'm genuinely sick to death of this football club. It beggars belief that we're even classed as a big football club. We're an abomination. We truly are a diabolical organisation. And
did you think before today that we could have lost? That there was a chance we would lose today?
No. I said there's no way we lose to this team. I've seen West Ham this season play a couple of games. By the way, good evening, Sim. Good evening, Brian.
Good evening, brother.
I went to the protest, and so many people I spoke with and like-minded fans that have had enough of this awful ownership of ours. And Sean Butler came up to me and said, Stel, I'm going to remind you on Monday when we do YouTube that only 2,000 fans came to this protest and the majority of them agree with me. And I said, yeah, but the problem is, Sean, if we don't get a positive result today, you're going to hear 30,000 fans booing and chanting for change, yet only 200 of them turn up at the protest. And that's what's pissed me off more than anything else. This fan base doesn't have a clue what it wants or what it is. 200 fans protesting for change, protesting for a real football club to behave in a way that justifies that £1 billion stadium. 200 fans turn up, yet 30,000 want to boo and sing songs about you're getting sacked in the morning. That's all good and well, you doing that, but you don't want to fight for change. And I'm flabbergasted by the state of our club, guys.
Stel, you shouldn't be. Do you remember what happened when you joined me on deadline day at the training ground? How raging I was. Stel, you know better than most for everything that we have gone through together regarding this. We've done this for many years, and even opposite the club shop, you name it. How many times do we hear we'll be there? And I would imagine, if I'm right, that after the full-time whistle, after all these people booing, and after all these people do whatever, the goal line bar and every bar was packed.
Brian, packed.
Of course.
Packed. Phil P had to calm me down because I lost it. I literally, I cannot accept a fan base. As soon as West Ham scored the winner, the whole South Stand, not the whole, but most of it, you're getting sacked in the morning, I'm like, that's great. But why aren't you fighting for real change? You know, and after the game, the boos were toxic. It was so toxic today. You know, Ben, you know, Sim's brother walked past me, fuming. There wasn't one happy soul. And yet, I go downstairs and I see 2,000 fans, beers, pizzas, burgers, pumping money into the club. And I just thought, guys, what the fuck are you all booing for? What are you actually booing? Take a long, hard look at yourself.
Well, it sounded like it was the manager they were booing.
Yeah, but look, Frank has to go. I said before this game, I haven't once said Frank out, but I said anyhow we lose to West Ham, this West Ham, that hasn't won in 10 games, that's only won 3 games all season. If we lose to this lot, then I'm Frank out. I am Frank out now. I am Frank out. And I said I'd give him the season, but I cannot accept that.
Still, I'm with you.
And get rid of him. Bring in an interim, change manager. But you know what, guys? We've still got Vinay here. We've still got Charrington, the Levy kids, Lange. How in any world is it acceptable to have Johan Lange as the man behind our transfers? I said to all the Spurs fans who got really excited about Conor Gallagher, I said, listen, guys, he might be good, he might not be, but that's not the solution. The biggest problem at Tottenham right now on the pitch, we don't have goal scorers. Moani doesn't score. Tell rarely scores. Odebert doesn't score. Xavi Simons rarely scores. We need goals. We need a left and a right winger that can create and score goals. We need a number 10 and a number 9 that can score goals. Our problem is we don't score goals. Conor Gallagher's not going to fix that. Signing a left back isn't going to fix that. Conor Gallagher as part of a squad in the future, yeah, okay, I get it. But right now, we need goal scorers. So sack Frank. The next guy that comes in doesn't have goal scorers. The only thing I'm hoping is if we do sack him, which I don't think we will, by the way, I think they're going to keep him.
Not by the sounds of it, Stel. Not by the sounds of it.
Yeah, they're going to keep him, man. They're going to keep him. They're going to let the whole thing rot.
There are reports, Del, there are reports tonight coming from the Times saying the Tottenham hierarchy have been keen to give Frank time, but they are now understood to be weighing up a change.
Every manager at Spurs is not the problem. Joel, AVB, Conte, Jose, Poch, Nuno, and they're not the problem. We know what the problem is. We know that the issue is ENIC. Levy was part of ENIC. But there comes a point for every manager where you say, right, this is unacceptable. Today was unacceptable.
Yep.
This West Ham team, they're so bad, guys. Today, by the way, they look like fucking Barcelona at times. I'm like, is this really happening to us? Is this really happening to us? Have I paid to watch this? For all the huff and the puff and the attacking possession that we had, the shots that we had, we never once looked like we were really creating cutting-edge chances, or that we were playing those killer passes, or that the crosses were so crisp and on point that we were going to score goals. It never looked like that. It never once looked like that.
Frank said he thinks we're closer to turning it around than further away.
He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about.
Correct.
He hasn't got a clue what he's talking about.
Correct. Stel, quick question for you. Going back towards protest, change for Spurs and everything. Obviously, we've all tried something. We've all done what we've tried to do. I honestly believe now, and hopefully Change for Spurs can work on something or do something. I think the only thing that's going to do anything right now is boycotting the game.
Brian, the problem we've got is we're not going to get the numbers to do it.
This carries on. I just don't know. I just don't know. How many people are not going to games right now because of Frank or the state of the club? And I believe a lot of it now is due to Thomas Frank, and I can see where they're coming from. But you've seen it when Liverpool had the protest about tickets and they walked out at a planned moment. The Liverpool fans did it with that lot down the road under Wenger and everything. That one game, I know, like you said, this fan base won't do it, but Spurs have tried. The fan base has tried everything. Isn't it worth giving that a go, rather than just Change for Spurs doing all this media work, all this getting it out there, just to literally go there and see like 100, 200 people there? Wouldn't it be a bigger message to just say, right, don't go? Pick a game later on in the season and just don't go.
Brian, I don't want to be rude. Could you repeat that last bit? Because my uncle and auntie walked past the car walking the dog randomly and I waved at them and I stopped listening to your last bit.
How dare you? So, no, I said, listen, with everything Change for Spurs have done...
Like, why is my uncle and auntie walking past the car?
I said, with everything Change for Spurs have done and what we've tried to do, the group we were with, always all this talk and then no numbers. Always, always, always. What is there to lose? People going, why am I paying for this stuff? I know you've paid the ticket, but you look at Liverpool, like I said, when they protested, and I know the Liverpool fan base will do it en masse. I know that lot down the road did it en masse with the Wenger and Kroenkes, whatever. Everything else is failing.
Brian, there's no appetite for it. There's no appetite for it. Look, I say things and people get really angry with me and call me negative and toxic. 5 years ago, when I went after ENIC and Levy with you and many others, we got called every name under the sun. Now everyone's realised they're the problem. When I say things like our fans are a problem, they are, because they boo, they moan, they complain, they whinge, they whine. But that's not going to change anything. we as a club, as a fan base, if we don't take the kind of action that destabilizes the ownership, that truly disrupts this hierarchy, nothing's going to change. They'll just keep getting away with it because the money is flowing through the tills. People say to me, but Stel, you're part of the problem because you go. Fine, I'll give up my season ticket. What kind of fan do you think is going to take it? A Levy outer? An Enoch outer? No. It'll be someone that buys into this and, follows the rules and says, yay, give it a chance. And then you've lost someone like me that is prepared to protest, that is prepared to chant for change in the club. Look, Brian, to answer your question, there's no appetite for it.
Yep.
The majority of the fan base, the online noise is very different to the match day going fan. That's
Correct.
what I've realised, and today confirmed it for me. This is something we've discussed over years. The reality is most fans are prepared to just accept whatever they're given, tolerate it, just say things like give it time, be patient, but it's not on. It's not on anymore. It's gone on for too many years, too many decades. Do you know what, guys? I genuinely just don't know anymore. The fans don't want to force change. The squad's not good enough. The manager's not the right long-term solution. The football directors, God knows where they're at anymore, what they're thinking. They say one thing, we see something different. Lange, he's not good enough. He's not a good enough footballing director. And then you've hired this guy from Man City, who's apparently going to be great for us, but he reports to Lange. How is Lange the senior voice? It beggars belief, man.
Because this guy's not meant to be scouting or anything. He's just dealing with the money side. It looks like contracts, negotiations.
Good stuff. Yeah, it's exactly what we need. More bank managers. Excellent. Yeah. Well, hopefully he can improve the profits and the income so that this £150 million war chest in January. So he can add a bit more on top of that we're not going to spend.
In terms of the short term, Stel, when it comes to Frank and stuff, if he does go, do you think it's an interim? Do you actually think we try and get a long-term replacement during the season?
I don't know, Sim. I don't know. I just don't know. Listen, the reality is it doesn't matter because we haven't got a plan. Until there's a plan, and a plan starts with what do you want? For example, what do you want? I want to win the Premier League. Okay, right. What other teams have won the Premier League in the last 10 years? You look at those clubs, you say, right, how long did it take them to build that? So you say, right, it's going to take us 4 or 5 years. So now we know what we want to do, win the league. We know it's going to take 5 years. Then you say, right, who's the man to build that? Then you identify the manager. And then you say, right, who's going to be the footballing man to bring in the players to support the manager for the way he wants to play and the way that he has proven he can win league titles? Then you bring in the footballing man to build the scouting team. And then you say, right, we know what we want to achieve. We know how long it's going to take. We know the manager that's proven to do it, that's going to come and do it for us. We've now hired the man that's going to recruit the players to support the manager to achieve what we've set out to achieve. And then you communicate with the fans. This is the plan. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to go about it. But there's none of that. There's none of that. You can't tell me that plan exists. And people that say, oh, be patient, give it time. No, I've waited 25 years for Enoch. Leicester City changed their ownership, and in 12 years they won the league and an FA Cup. Their owners achieved more than our owners in half the time. The owners that took over Liverpool have achieved a hell of a lot more in 10 years than what we've achieved in 25. So I don't trust the current owners to make the right decision for the next manager because they're the ones that hired this guy. They're the guys that hired Ange and sacked Ange after he won us our first trophy in 20 years. I don't trust the decision makers, Sim. I don't trust anything. I don't trust the owners. I don't trust the decision makers. I don't trust the recruitment team. I don't trust Frank. I don't trust half this squad. I don't even trust our fans. I don't even know if I trust myself.
Still, I've told you for ages, there's only one man at Tottenham that tells the truth. And that's the guy that reads the team sheet out before the game because he can't lie. That's the only one. That's the only one you can trust when you read the lineup out. Because everything else that gets said about this football club...
Even he's a presenter for GB News these days.
It's just... that's the only person.
Do you know how you know the club's completely finished? When, after the game, Ali Gold is tweeting about Macclesfield Town.
Did he? What was he? Just not as in completely separate from Tottenham.
Just
No.
For me, guys, that's it. I'm done with Frank. But do I trust the owners to find the solution? No. And do I even think we can beat Burnley away now? Probably not. I don't know who we can beat, guys. I literally don't know who Tottenham Hotspur can beat.
Do you think this season we could go down?
No.
Do you know what, Sim? I said we're not going to go down. There's no chance. If we don't win in the next 3-4 games and West Ham get a couple of wins, we're in trouble.
We're not going down.
February is disgusting.
We've got our next league game is Burnley, and then we've got City, United, Newcastle, Arsenal, Fulham away, Palace, and Liverpool.
Yeah, no, like February would turn it around and have the it'd be the typical Spurs thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, true.
I don't think we'll go down. No. But is that where we're at as a club now? Can we get relegated? Is this the level of ambition? You know, the one game we will win is Man City. The one game that we need to lose to give us any hope of Arsenal winning the league. But you know we're going to beat Man City.
Yeah,
we'll beat them 2-0 or 2-1. We'll turn up against Man City.
Well, it ended goalless.
And then we'll boo at the end.
Yeah.
Get him out. How can you win this game?
Oh, my God. This club. There's no club like Tottenham. There is no club in the world like Tottenham. None.
Stel, it's good to see you, my friend.
Stel, I need to see you this week, bro.
If I make it past tonight, yeah.
Please try. Please try your best to do that.
Nice one, Stel.
I'll be there. Yeah, for sure. I'll make it.
All right, bro.
Catch you in a bit.
Take care, guys.
See ya.